Hi my YouTube friends, it's been a really long time. It seems like every video I make starts with that, just my caveat. So I apologize. I think we're all under a little bit of a hard time right now, so nobody give me any grief. You, especially you. Anyways, today I am going to try my hand at some gourmet Twix bars. And I'm stealing the recipe from Claire from Gourmet Makes. I watched her make these. I absolutely adore Claire. Unfortunately, she's not making any more videos right now due to some weird company racism issue. I don't know, but there's nothing going on here. So I'm going to make some Twix. But this is kind of a lengthy process. I have to make some sablé biscuits. I need to make the caramel. And then, of course, the chocolate. So I'm going to get everything ready to make the biscuits. And I'll get back to you when I have all the ingredients ready. Okay, so I have almost everything ready except for my butter. I didn't realize I didn't have enough butter in the fridge, so I had to pull some out of the freezer. Now it's frozen. And if I'm making, hello microwave. If I'm making pastry dough, I can't exactly use melted butter. So I'm gonna try my best to get this butter slightly softened in the microwave, and then I'll let you know what we need. You are going to need 3/4 of a cup sugar, as well as 2 sticks of unsalted butter. You're going to mix these together with your old-fashioned hand mixer you just bought at a thrift store, or your fancy KitchenAid, until this is smooth. Okay, this is all mixed up and smooth. That was really difficult because this mixer, I think, has the wrong plug. It doesn't want to stay in. So that was kind of a task, but once this is mixed in, I'll show you what else we need. Okay folks, make sure you've mise en place properly and you have all the ingredients you need before you start a recipe. Don't be like me, who's on the way to the store to get flour, because I don't have any. Ah! Our trip was a success. I got some flour. It's really funny, I didn't have the basic stuff, but I've got rice flour, I've got cream of tartar, all the things I need except for basics. So, we are going to add, where's my instructions? 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Let's do that now. Okay, so adding to the sugar butter mixture is 2.5 cups all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup rice flour, white rice flour, and a teaspoon salt. We're gonna beat this on low until it's combined, so we'll be back. Okay, so we're gonna continue mixing this dough. It says use a mixer with a dough hook. I don't have one at the moment, so I'm gonna use my hands. Right now, it's still really crumbly. We're going to smush it up until it becomes a dough, and then we're going to wrap it in plastic. So let me make it a dough, and I'll be right back. Now let me add, if you're mixing your dough and it's holding together, that's great. But if it's still slightly crumbly, you can add a couple drops of water. Not too much, just a few drops, until you get the dough to start sticking to itself. Because this is almost like a shortbread dough, so it's meant to be on the drier side. But it looks like mine needs a few drops of water, so we're going to add that and continue mixing. Okay, dirty hands, but we now have a ball of dough. We're going to flatten this out a little bit and then put it in some saran wrap. And then stick it in the fridge. Maybe the freezer, because I don't have a lot of time, but mostly the fridge. So something like this, just well wrapped and semi-flat, because when you roll it out, it's easier to have a head start. So we're going to stick this in the freezer because I don't have a whole lot of time, and I just realized I haven't smoked any weed yet today. So we're gonna get our head right, stick this in the freezer, get baked, and then bake. Yeah. Okay, things I forgot to mention because I'm just all over the place and I haven't smoked any weed yet today. So we want to preheat the oven to 325. You also want to get a pan ready. I don't know if, whoa, my phone flipped on its own. There must be something crazy going on. I just have aluminum foil. I don't know if I'm supposed to use foil, but I don't want to get my pans dirty. So we're going to use foil. And I'm assuming because the recipe is mostly butter, I don't need to oil the pan. It'll be just fine. So I'm going to get a bowl started and we'll chat a little bit while I'm smoking. We're back. So this is the newest pipe of the house. My roommate wanted to call it Das Boot. How lame is that? So we're now calling it the ganja gavel because I like tap it out to empty it. So the ganja gavel and the quart of marijuana is convening right now. And as always, internet, I'm watching Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in the background. Don't sue me. I'm not selling anything. I'm not making any money. It's just my favorite movie. So, yeah. Anyways, how's everybody doing? Everybody good? I think I'm good. Sorry, that was my roommate telling me that there's spiders in my bathroom if you heard somebody else's voice, so had to take care of those. Okay, so we have lightly floured our surface. We have a rolling pin, and we have the smallest adjustment on there. This one's awesome. You can add these little things on the end here and make it whatever thickness you want. We're going to use the tiniest because I believe Claire said like 1/4 of an inch, which is tiny. So let's get the dough and get started.
And don't forget the
Everlasting cup stopper. Oh, I'm still recording. Oops! Okay, now that I know I'm on camera, I swear to God I do it all the time, and I don't mean to, I swear. It's like totally candid, and I'm like, I always think, oh, how funny it'd be if I just like let it run and it caught me, and I never do it, but I do it on accident constantly. So hopefully it's providing you entertainment. We have the rolling pin. Gonna give it a little rolling pin love with the flour. God, where's your mind, people? Then we're gonna roll this out. Oh, don't pay attention to that crack right there. I don't know what you're talking about. My dough didn't just crack like in a million pieces. Damn it. I think I needed a little, you know, this is too much dough at one time. I think that's the problem. We're gonna come over here and just do a little bit of dough. I think this dough needs more water, if I'm being perfectly honest. I don't think it had enough moisture. So let's just keep trying. Try. And if you don't succeed, try again, because nobody's good at this the first time. And I've never made Twix before. Oh yeah, okay. This is fun. Let's take our bench scraper just for shits and giggles. Let's roll this all the way. Okay. And yeah, this shit ain't gonna work. Alright, let's make some slices. We'll do an experiment. We'll cut these, and then we'll add some water to the dough, and then do some more. Because I honestly don't even think I'm gonna be able to get this off the board without it falling apart. Like I can't even pick up, wow, can't even pick up a piece without it crumbling. And I realize this is like a cookie dough, so it's gotta be kind of dry, but this isn't even fucking even. All right, we're not even gonna do that experiment. We're gonna put this back in the bowl with a little bit of water, and we'll get back to you. Okay, this is a tiny, tiny little glass. It's like a little sundae glass. I'm just gonna add this much water. I think that might be too much water. We're gonna add it anyway. We're gonna mix it up and hope for a dough miracle. Okay, this dough is a million times better. I forgot that Claire Gourmet Makes is in New York, and I am in Colorado. Much different in elevation. So now I can hold the dough and it doesn't break and rip like and tear. I mean, dough tears, but not like it was doing. So, gonna give this a little smushy smush. Oh, it's already feeling so much better. Gonna wrap it up, put this in the freezer, and we'll be back. Okay, so new dough, and we have rolled it out, or set it out on the Silpat. Little change from last time. I figure if it's on the Silpat, I can bake it on there and not have to move it at all, so I don't have to worry about it falling apart. This is actually a little firmer than I wanted, and yes, it's still cracking because it is a shortbread dough. So, I'm not going to make you watch all this boring part. We're going to fast forward to where it's perfect. Okay, so after much waiting, I have the little biscuits on the pan. They're not perfect. I'm not Claire. I don't have to have a little ruler and a measuring tape to make it perfect. They're all about the same thickness. It'll work. Do you want to see? Dun, da, da, da. There's a bunch of Twix. Don't even know how many there is. Haven't counted. So we're going to put these in the oven at 325. And her were until pale and crisp all the way through. That's not really a time. So we're going to put them in for 5 minutes and check them and continue to do so every 5 minutes until they're done. So, wish me luck. This is just one part of the process. This is just the cookie, people. Ah! It's okay. I love candy, so we'll be back. Okay, biscuits are in the oven. I've had them in there for 6 minutes, I think. No, it was 7. It was 7. And then I just put them on for another 3, so that's a full 10 minutes. They're still not fully done, I can tell. They haven't turned golden yet. They're not supposed to be golden. They're supposed to be pale, but they're definitely not done. So once that is done, we will stick them in a dehydrator. But in the meantime, we're going to get the caramel ready. Now, I don't normally make caramel. I make butterscotch, because I think butterscotch tastes better. Brown sugar is the bomb. So, but yeah, we're not making that. We're making caramel. So, I need to get 1.5 cups sugar in the pot. 1.5 cups sugar in the pot. 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. 1/8 of a teaspoon cream of tartar. 1/3 of a cup water. Water is better. Okay, so now we're going to stir our sugar, corn syrup, cream of tartar, and water in the pot before we even turn the heat on, because I like to get things started a little bit. There's just enough liquid in here to start covering everything, get it all nice and saturated. And then we're going to turn on the stovetop to medium heat. I love you, Claire, but there's no actual temperatures. And I know how to make candy, I know how to make caramel, but when I'm using someone else's recipe, it's always nice to have a gauge instead of just till brown. So we're going to turn this on and let it cook until dissolved, and we'll be right back. Oh my god, I'm so excited. It's raining. I had to go outside and run around in it for a minute, so So the biscuits have beeped. They've been in there for about 15 minutes. And this caramel here, you're supposed to just stir until the sugar is dissolved. And then after that point, you don't want to stir anymore. So you're just going to let it start boiling. And if it starts boiling before you think it's dissolved, you know, it's cool too. It'll all eventually dissolve. The one thing you want to make sure though is you want to keep basting your sides. So just like me, how I'm all soaked on the outside, you want to make sure that the walls of the inside of this pan get soaked with some water every once in a while, because if there's any excess sugar on the sides, I think these are done. Let's put them in for 1 more minute. If there's any excess sugar on the sides of the pot, it will ruin your caramel. It'll turn your caramel to grossness, and it'll crystallize it, and it won't be perfect like you want it to be and like I want it to be. So this is almost coming to a boil, so I'm going to have to stop stirring. And if you don't have silicone basting brushes, don't really work because they don't hold much water. So if you don't have like a hair or bristle basting brush, just get yourself a lid to a pot and then put it over it every once in a while, and the steam will condense and push all that sugar crystallization down, so it'll be fine. So yeah, this is starting to boil. We're not going to touch it. This is the hardest part about caramel, is not touching it, because here we go. It's going to start boiling any minute now. You can see it. Oh, there it goes. Boil, 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 boil. So we're going to boil this till it turns brown and like dark ambery colored. And you'll be able to tell the difference in contrast to the light pot. So it should be, I'm guessing, 10 minutes-ish before that happens. So we will be back in 10 minutes. Okay, I've went ahead and made the executive decision that these are done, because you can kind of see that they've changed color. There's a bit of browning here, which I don't want it to get brown. So we're just going to leave them there for now. Actually, we're going to move them so that the condensation and heat doesn't accidentally get on them. But I'll be right back. While your caramel is mixing, sorry, that was a really weird blue light. Look at that. That's from the gray clouds outside. Eerie. Back to normal. Anyways, while that is boiling away and you're not touching it, you are going to get 6 tablespoons of butter and a 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream ready, because you're going to need to dump that into the caramel mixture after you take it off of the stove. So we're going to get our 1/3 cup, because my scale is being cleaned right now and I don't want to use it, so. And we're going to get that ready and just wait on the caramel. Okay, you're also going to need a teaspoon of salt. So 1/3 cup whipping cream, teaspoon salt, and 6 tablespoons butter. I'm laughing at myself right now because I'm looking at my pan and going, it's not going to be easy to tell the color in a copper pan, you moron. The pan's the same color as the caramel. So the little foamy bubbles are all I really have to go by right now. So let's hope I don't burn this, because every time I make caramel, I end up burning it. I am better at butterscotch, so I think I'm gonna pack another bowl while I'm waiting. All right, back with a fresh packed bowl. There's thunder outside. I'm loving it. Here, check out my chicken, Ginny. Ginny! What are you doing, Ginny? You're so cute. I love you. Are you looking for worms? Looking for worms? Find those bugs. Get them. Anyways, sorry. I love my chickens. They're so cute. We're going to smoke this bowl. The caramel is slowing down. I can see the bubbles are taking longer to pop. I'm going to put the lid on it in a second to give it some condensation so there's no crystallization. Also wanted to show you this little setup I have here. Now, I realize not everybody has confectionery rulers. That's what these are. Stainless steel bars for pouring chocolate or caramel. Exactly what we're doing. So if you don't know, you can easily use a meatloaf pan. Just line it with parchment paper, all nice and pretty, and so that way you have something to pull it out of the pan with. And that'll do just fine. I just happen to be lucky enough to have some of those, so that'll work perfect. And I guess that caramel is going to take as long as it takes, and we'll be back. Caramel's still cooking. In fact, let me take this lid off. There we go. But I want to try one of our little Twix biscuits. They're a little brown on the bottom, and I want you to see it. Can you hear? Did you hear that? It's a little crunch. Let's see if I can. Definitely crunchy. You know what this tastes exactly like? I believe they're called Royal Dansk, D-A-N-S-K. They're the blue tin of cookies that your grandma always used to have that were shortbread cookies with chunks of sugar on top. They had the little like pretzel shape and the round swirly ones, and this is what this tastes like exactly. This Twix is going to be so good. Okay. So although they are crunchy, it does need to go in the dehydrator. Damn it, Claire. Good thing I have one. If you don't have a dehydrator, put it on like the lowest setting on your oven, in the oven for 10 minutes, maybe 5. 10. Check it after 5. That should do the trick. I hit my tooth. I can't eat right. But they're just so good. Okay, caramel. I'll be back. Okay, I'm going to show you what the caramel looks like. It's not exactly done yet, but I can see that it's changing color. So for reference, here you go. You see how it's getting goldeny? I don't want to drop my phone in caramel. It is water safe. I don't think it's caramel safe. And as you can see, like right in front of your eyes, it's getting more golden. No, it's not quite amber yet. I would call it, dark amber. It's a light amber. Hi Amber, how are you? I'm Lauren. Nice to meet you. Anyways, I'm going to let this get all the way amber, and then when that's done, I anticipate very shortly, I will show you what else we're doing. Okay, I think I got it perfect, aka I pussied out and didn't want to burn it. So here's what it looks like. Oops, that's me. Here it is, brown, beautiful, caramelly looking. We're going to come set it over here, and then I'm going to and mix in the ingredients that I have. Salt, butter, heavy cream. We're gonna put the butter in first. Butter's cold. Boom, it's all bubbly and beautiful. And then we're gonna dump in some salt. Ooh, that made it bubbly. Can you hear it? Oh yeah. 1/3 cup. And because I actually did it in a measuring cup, I always put a little extra because you don't ever get it all out. Okay. And we're going to stir. Oh, scheisse. Oh, ay, 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 that's hot on my hands. Ah! No! Okay. Caramel, you're hot. Son of a bitch. Okay. Ah! It's alright. That's not the first burn I've incurred. That just was a steam burn, which is fine because it could have been a much worse burn. Ah, It's all right. I haven't heat tempered my hands in a while. It's been a while, so I guess it was just time to do it. This butter is almost melted. It's kind of like, I shouldn't be using metal in my copper-lined pot, but I'm not stirring that hard, and there's a layer of caramel on the bottom that's trying to settle, so I think it's protecting it. But this butter's almost melted. Almost melted. It's just like this little surfboard of butter left, and now it's like a sliver. Sorry, this is the least interesting part. I realize you can't see what I'm doing, but I don't have anyone to film me. It's just me, man. Just me. Alright, that butter has gone and dissolved. Oh, wait, there's a tiny piece. Resilient little bastard. Okay. Now, it definitely, I almost licked this in my brain. I know not to because it's really hot, but damn, it looks good. And we're going to pour this lovely caramel. Make sure you're using a heat-safe spatula, silicone or something of the like. Oh wow, I think I underestimated how much caramel this was actually going to make. Holy shit. Oops, there's a piece that, oh no, get out. There was a piece that was stuck to the bottom, so I forgot to mention, don't scrape the bottom of your pan when you're emptying out the pan for the caramel, because there might be a tiny little piece that burns, and then that will be scraped into your perfectly good caramel. So here we go. That's actually maybe perfect. Let's lift it up just a little bit. I gotta see, where is the tool? The tool I need. Offset spatula. Hello. Oh, there you are. Okay, so we're gonna give this just a little movement over here. Oh, that's beautiful. Holy crap. Ah, it's just so pretty. Oh yeah. Let me show you guys. Oh, drizzle, drizzle. That's wonderfully nappe. Nappe means coat, to coat the back of a surface. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. You know what I didn't add, which is irritating me? Which I'm really surprised isn't in the ingredients list. Fucking vanilla. How the hell can you make caramel without vanilla? Like, is that something that is only done with butterscotch? Because I normally make butterscotch, and there's definitely vanilla in that shit. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, yes. I want to try some, but I don't want to burn my tongue off. I've had enough burns in my life to... Don't get burned. Hold on. Okay, so this is going to sit here, beautiful purdy, until these are dehydrated and that is cooled. Process of those two things happening. Crap, I hit the wrong button. In the process of those two things happening, I'm going to make some tempered chocolate, or temper some chocolate, I should say. So I'm gonna, okay, it's safe to taste. I'm gonna taste it. Damn, that's really good. Sorry, caramel always has that slight brown, slightly burnt sugar taste. It's good. It's kind of salty sweet, which will be great for the Twix. Wait for it. And slightly more wet than before. I love the rain. I had to go out and dance around in it. So we are ready to temper some chocolate, and we are going to do so the cocoa butter way. If you aren't familiar with that way, I have a video about it. It's got a horrible thumbnail of me going like, or something like that, but it's very informative. It is this stuff. I'm going to flip you around so you can see it. My cryo powder. It's powdered cocoa butter. And it's tempered. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some chocolate that we had vacuum sealed over here from this gigantic bin of chocolate. This is only one of the bins of chocolate that I have. I have a lot of chocolate. I just haven't worked with it because it's been too hot, but it's cold and rainy today, which is awesome. So we're gonna break up a bunch of this chocolate, 2 pounds of this chocolate, and what did I write down? Where is it? 10 grams. 10 grams of this my cryo powder. And what we're gonna do is we're going to break up the chocolate with one of these awesome chocolate ice chippers. I got this from Chef Rubber. If you're not from Rubber, I talk about them in every video I have. Chef Rubber is the bomb. Everything you could ever need for confections, cakes, cooking, baking, anything at all. And this thing is amazing. I've tried breaking up chocolate with a knife, with a screwdriver, with all sorts of stuff. Nothing works. This thing is like, ow, sharp. Like, be careful, sharp. Very careful, sharp. That's why this little cardboard dealie slides back on it. Let's not poke ourselves with it. But it breaks up chocolate wonderfully. So I'm going to take this chocolate, weigh out 2 pounds, excuse me, and then we're going to break it up. Wicked sweet. I just got a total emergency flood warning. I'm so excited. Here, I'm going to try and take you outside so you can see how rainy it is. Like, there's the mountain way over there. You can barely see it, but it's pretty, that spot's clear. We don't want you, Spot. It's pretty awesomely black everywhere. Yes, this is awesome. Woo! Am I still going? Fuck. Okay, so we have our chocolate in here, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not want to open more than one vacuum package of chocolate if I didn't need to, so this is only a pound. So instead of 10 grams, we're only using 5 grams of the my cryo cocoa butter. Now you're also gonna need, oh, by the way, this is Coverture chocolate. You should know that by now, but just in case you didn't, don't be breaking up, you know, Hershey bars or anything. Anyways, we need a thermometer and a spatula. So let me get that. Okay. Anyways, I have spatula and 2 thermometers. I have a digital infrared reading thermometer with a dot. See the dot? It's on me. Oops, it's in the wrong spot. There it is. There's the dot. And I also have a little, I don't know, crappy probe tip thermometer. You have your probe tip thermometer yet, people? You better. If you've been watching my videos, you better have one. I'll come spank you with this spatula, and it's going to hurt because this is a good spatula. Anyway, so we have our chocolate in a bowl on a double boiler here. We are going to very slowly melt it, and then we're going to take it to its highest melting point for whatever chocolate you're using. This is milk chocolate, so I think it's like 86 degrees is the working temperature. I don't know. I gotta go look at the chocolate information that I have, but we're gonna melt this down, so be back. Okay, so the chocolate said take it up to 90 degrees and then bring it down to 64.4. So we're just gonna stir this a little bit, give it some coating of the melted stuff, which will help the other pieces melt. And I'll be back at you as soon as I have something more interesting to show you than me stirring a pot. Okay, so this is the danger of double boiling. You see all that steam poking out the side? It's creating condensation underneath, and any condensation is bad for chocolate. So just keep a really close eye on that. Make sure none of it's getting on the inside. And actually, I turned down my heat from high to medium, so that should calm down here shortly. Just a tip. Okay, so I might have let the chocolate get a little too warm. It's currently at 120. Thank God for this tempered cocoa butter. It will save all. So we're just going to let that cool down a little bit. And while we're letting that cool down, we're going to work on applying the caramel to our biscuits. God dang it, wish me luck on that one. Here we go. Okay, this is a hot mess. I did not dehydrate these. I decided that, like, that's more work than I feel like putting in right now. And this caramel is definitely not set. So I'm going to try a couple things. First thing I'm going to try is dipping it directly in the caramel here, and then cutting around it and attempting to lift it back. Oh no, that didn't work. Okay, that didn't work either. Wow, alright, so how about we just do a little, yeah, we're gonna do a little smearing action. I don't have enough time left in my day to sit here and wait for this caramel to get super perfectly cooled. And it needs to be kind of, wow, this is this is a mess. Okay, maybe if I like butter my hands a little bit, and that might help. Oh God. Okay, this is a mess. We're gonna keep going though. We're gonna keep this hand clean. And we're gonna swipe some caramel on. And then we're gonna spread it like jam or something. Sure, that works. Okay, first of all, I need somewhere to put these after they're spread on. Hold on. Okay, switching tools to a little offset spatula. I think that'll give me better results because it's all on one side, and then I can kind of boop. All right, that's better. These are gonna be kind of caramel heavy Twix, but like, has anyone ever complained about too much caramel? I don't think so. So it's okay if they're not perfect, and I still haven't gotten anything to put them on. Maybe I'll just put them back on the tray that I'm taking them off of. Cock-a-poo-poo. That didn't work. All right. This is going to be a long, arduous process of putting the caramel on, so I think I'll spare you and get back to you when they're all wonderfully carameled up. Okay? Thanks. Okay. Excuse me. They're a little messy. You can make yours perfect if you want to. I don't have time today. But they could be perfect if you want. If you stick that caramel in the freezer and then slice it and then set it on top all perfect. If not, I'm willing to settle for these. I do have some overflow. That's okay. I'm going to stick them in the freezer right now, and then I can just cut off that overflow when they're frozen. And that chocolate is almost ready to be a coating. Oh yeah. Okay, so this chocolate is cooled down. Well, not as much as I wanted. Oh, I'm down to 5% battery. 100 degrees. I took some out to see where it was at, and once it reaches 90, I'm gonna add the powdered cocoa butter. So we'll get back to you. Okay, sorry, my phone was about to die, so I didn't get to show you dipping the biscuit covered caramel covered biscuits in the chocolate, but here's what it's looking like. They're not perfect, but they're tasty as hell. And I do have a whole other plate of messier, not so pretty ones over here that I was like dip, 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 dip. So I just dipped them in the chocolate and then took a knife and went to make print of the Twix. So yes, more thunder. If you, like I said, this is just my version of Twix. I didn't take a lot of time to make it look pretty. Of course, if you want to make it look nice, you can. Go for it, kick ass, make it look perfect, and make it look better than a regular Twix. But that was my video on Twix. I just felt like I owed you guys something. I miss you all, and I promise that I will make more videos. I just don't know when. I now have 39 Twix bars in my kitchen, and I'm trying to go on a diet. And I don't know what to do with them all. So part of me not making candy as often is I don't know what to do with it. And I don't have my store set up yet or anything, and COVID's like ruining everything. So yeah, but I'll make you guys more videos. Send me requests for whatever you want. I still have a salted caramel video request, but honestly, just watch the caramel video I made and put salt on top. That's literally the only difference. So any other requests you want to shoot my way, awesome. If you want to like and subscribe, kick ass. If you don't, kick ass. I'm not judging you either way. I'm just happy you're here with me, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna go binge out on like one Twix bar, just one. I've earned one, but it's gonna be hard to stop. They're really good. All right, peace out, and until next time, see you soon.